And new here at 6 to our ongoing series, The Price of Protection. It usually focuses on how professional guardianship impacts vulnerable seniors. But new tonight, we're investigating how people of all ages can really be affected.
A high school star athlete who moved to Florida from Haiti, he suffered a major head injury in an accident more than a decade ago. And he ended up in guardianship and then received a substantial financial settlement.
But I-Team investigator Adam Walser has now uncovered his money has run out. His guardian was removed from his case, and he now faces a very uncertain future.
What is your name?
Randy.
Randy. I Randy. Say I Randy.
Hi, Randy.
Wilkins Bilson and his sister Fabiola show photojournalist Randy Wright his room at an assisted living facility. The now 34-year-old wears diapers and needs help dressing, bathing, and completing daily tasks.
He needs 24-hour care, an eye on him.
Photo collages on the wall show better days when Wilkins was a standout athlete at St. John Newman Catholic High School in Naples. Wilkins' father, his brother, and 3 sisters moved from Haiti in the early 2000s and were granted temporary protected status, providing a pathway for citizenship.
Do you remember playing football here?
Yeah. And one truck, play football, one cross country.
He went to states for the track 4x4. He was on the football team. He was on the soccer team.
Brian Ulrich, now a nurse in California, is Wilkins' former teammate.
You see him?
Yeah.
He's Brian.
Brian is the only classmate Wilkins remembers after suffering a traumatic brain injury.
So it was our homecoming dance 2010. He was a senior.
He was just having a fun night, and out of nowhere it changed his life.
But there was a flip at the dance that he had done, and he had over-rotated and landed on the back of his head.
Wilkins was rushed to the hospital where he spent weeks in intensive care and months in recovery.
Eventually, he's starting rehab in the hospital. He's can walk again. He can sit up in the chair. We threw a birthday party for him.
Wilkins was declared incapacitated, and Kathy Johnson was appointed as his professional guardian, overseeing his care and managing his money, including $614,000 from legal settlements related to the accident. Fabiola says Johnson rarely communicated and didn't call when he had COVID or was hospitalized for a seizure.
We don't know. We just go see Wilkins, and he's not there.
Brian had the same experience last Thanksgiving.
Oh, Wilkins was moved. We can't tell you where he's at because you're not the legal guardian.
Brian tracked down the guardian, and she told him Wilkins only had $4,000 left.
It's kind of barely going to get us through December. We really need to figure something out, because he can't stay in the house anymore. We're going to get evicted.
So she told me his money runs out, that, if he has nowhere to go, he's just going to end up in the street.
Are we looking at going back to Haiti in a time where we've got massive issues going on with gang warfare and all this stuff?
In August 2022, more than a decade into the guardianship, Johnson asked the court to move Wilkins' remaining $158,900 into a pooled trust, telling the judge that would enable her to try to qualify him for government benefits. But that never happened. 16 months later, Johnson petitioned the court to resign, saying Wilkins no longer had any money, and she feared she would be held liable for his expenses.
At best, this is mismanagement. At worst, it's something more.
In late February, Judge Elizabeth Cryer, who appointed Johnson, removed her from all her Collier County cases, following a scathing audit alleging missing money, lost records, and hacked bank accounts.
There are 30-some cases here. The judge had some real...
Thank you, gentlemen. No comment.
The judge had some real concerns about your
Sir,
behavior
I've already
as a
told you no
guardianship.
comment.
Records show Johnson billed Wilkins $48,000 over the course of his guardianship, including a bill for $500 the month before she told his sister he was running out of money. Currently, there is no money to pay for Wilkins' care.
It's almost $4,000 just to stay here.
A month?
A month. Just the place.
An emergency temporary guardian is contacting state and federal authorities, trying to get Wilkins a green card so he could qualify for health insurance and other benefits. But they say Johnson took his birth certificate and other documents and never gave them back.
We've talked to any lawyers we can who deal with citizenship. We talk to lawyers that deal with setting up trust funds for us to maybe get some money into a fund for him. That way that can be managed in a way that we can see.
Let's say hi to the camera, Wilkins.
Wilkins, thankfully, doesn't understand what's going on, but his friends and family see a broken system that failed to protect one of the most vulnerable people in its care. We contacted Kathy Johnson and her attorney for this story, but we have not heard back. The most recent court filing in Wilkins' case indicates the Department of Children and Families is investigating. I'm I-Team investigator Adam Walser with photojournalist Randy Wright, taking action for you.
Adam, thank you. And just this week, Wilkins supporters and a volunteer attorney actually set up a special needs trust to help cover his expenses. For more information on that, you can email organizers at the wilsontrust@gmail.com or send donations to the address on your screen right now. That's to John Newman High School down in Naples. You can find, by the way, all of this information up and running on our website right now, abcactionnews.com.